carried on any. Now, I promised Nikki that what I will do, and I haven't done it yet because I haven't had a chance, is I'm going to go through, if you haven't done your light up bit, I'm going to go through and just show you how I've done mine. And this is what I did in class last week. But I'm probably going to add a bit more to mine because I'm going to tell you guys, because I did check to make sure she's not in the group. Evening, Michelle. I'm going to give this to my sister as a present. So she's not in the group, so she doesn't know. So what I've done is I've printed out some photos from a trip that we went on when, it's got to be 2018, I reckon. Hi, Ali. Hi, Polo. We went to Reindeer Lodge, which isn't very, very far away from here, with my sister and her 2 kids. And we had such a good time. And I'm going to actually use these photos in the one that I made. So I'm going to give mine away, but I'm going to take some photos for you to show you exactly how I kind of put mine together. And then for bits that you're not sure about and how I put this in. I mean, if you're going to take this out now, your electrics, what I've done is I've left a little loop so that I can grab onto it to pull it out, which I didn't in my original, but that's the easiest way to get it in and out. Now, I know Nicole's dad has made a 3D printed a unit for it, which is really cool. And if we ask nicely, she might show some pictures in the group. But that's a brilliant idea, I thought. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Tracy. So yeah, I'm going to tell you this story about when we went out, because these photos kill me. I've got to choose 5, but I might do it double-sided. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But anyway, this was where we went. This is obviously me. This is my little sister Jules, and these are her kids. And we went to the Reindeer Lodge, and as you can see, my little niece there wasn't too keen on the reindeer, but it did make me laugh. Oh, and I've got to tell you that my sister, she wasn't happy because I bought us reindeer hats and she didn't want to wear it. So, I know, look at that face, it's brilliant. So there's my niece being terrified of reindeer. And then you go inside, and they sat by, a roaring fire, and they get a story time with one of Santa's elves, and they decorated up gingerbread men, and they went to see Santa. You first of all, you went and had a class about how to look after the reindeer, and Santa's elves told you all about how to look after them, and you had to answer all of these questions, and then you were taken to see Santa. And I just think these are just some of the best pictures I'm so pleased with them that I thought, well, these would just be perfect for this book. So there's my niece with Santa, there's my nephew with Santa and his Spider-Man hat. That's the both of them. I might not use that one because it's a bit, it wouldn't quite get into the format that I wanted it. And then this is them outside by one of the sleighs, and then that's by a reindeer model. And I just thought, what a cool idea it would be, to actually put these in a book so that my sister can have this when it's finished. So mine does light up. There you go. So I'm going to go over again how I did this, because this second one that I did is slightly different to the first one, because I didn't space it the same way. So for instance, where you might have, I have to excuse the wires at the moment, where you might have put your clock here, I cut mine up and put it over there. So it is slightly different, but I don't really think that matters at all. I think that's, that's what makes it all individual, but I might well add some more bits in. So they are slightly different. So what I wanted to do tonight was to start to look at our pages that go here on the hinged rings. Now in my original one, what I did was I had the things on one side, and then I had a blank page on the back. But I know Mel, for instance, is thinking of doing, oh gosh, a great number of pages so that she can sort of have it, I think, numbered, almost like an advent calendar, numbered up, like 1 to 24, so that she changes the page every day. So that is, I thought that was a really good idea, because you could do your pictures back to back, because at the end of the day, because these open, you know, you can make as many or as few of these as you like. I mean, I'm just going to stick to the 5 for my sister probably. But I did think, well, you know, I could put something behind or whatever, or, you know, make it interchangeable. So I think, you know, there's lots of opportunities here for us to do different things. But what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to start working on my pages, and I'll build them up, you know, sort of like in real time with you. But oh, mine's stopped again. Is everybody still there? Oh yeah, no, I've come back. So I'm going to be building mine up in real time, and I'll show you. I'm going to do the pages pretty much almost exactly, you know, the same way as I did these. But like I said, the difference is that mine are going to actually have photos in it. So I hope that's all right. But, you know, for goodness sake, if you want to go off and do your own thing, do your own thing. You know, you do not have to copy mine. I'm just giving you some ideas here at the end of the day. You know, every single one of you is capable of making something absolutely beautiful. So I'm just going to show you what I did, but that doesn't mean that you can't do exactly what you want to. So we might as well start with this top one. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it out of the book actually, and I'll start with this one. Now, I'm not going to make the holes until I finish them all. But I'm going to be aware that when I'm putting things together, let's just get that out of the way. Oh, that when I'm putting things together, that I'm going to have to think about what I'm putting towards the top, because I don't want to, you know, to take my design up too high so that I can't put my rings in. Now, the rings, just so you know, you can obviously put them at whatever size you like, but mine are approximately 1/2 inch down from the top, and then 1 1/4 inch is in from each side. So just to bear that in mind. So if you sort of like think that you don't really want to be putting anything above 3/4 inch from the top. Now, I managed to lose all my pages, and then I found them, and now I've lost them again. So hold on while I find them. Right, here we go. Right, so these are my pages, because as you remember, we made these. Did we make it on the 1st or 2nd class? I can't remember, but we have made our base pages, and as you recall, these are all you know, enclosed. They don't have any openings. They're just nice and sturdy because we've essentially used a double thickness of cardstock for those. So I'm going to take one of those, and I'm going to use some of the black cardstock that I've got left over, because one of the things that I tried to do with this book was do it in a slightly different style to the way that I usually do it. And it was a style that I'd seen other, you know, mini bookmakers use, and I just thought how nice it was. And the way that I've done it is that basically I have matted my papers and my pictures onto the black card just to give it a bit of a, you know, an edge, so give it a bit of a pop. And then I've put things on kind of, you know, to give them a bit of a pop off the page. I've used some of the leftover bits of grey board. That's a good idea, Nicole. If you've got some wide eyelets, that will certainly help make, you know, these holes secure there. So, yep. So I'm going to start with this page first. So it doesn't matter, obviously, whether your pages are landscape or portrait, but I think because I'm going to use a photo, I'm going to look for one. I think I'll start with that one, and that one I would put on there like that. So let me see. Okay, so I've got my base page here. What I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to mat the back. Okay, so I mean, use whichever papers you like. I've used the patterns and solids mostly to mat the front and the back of the pages, but I'm just going to start with those. So I'm going to use the same ones again, just because why not? So, I can't remember what size these were. So I'm going to cut those down now to fit on. And the page is roughly 7 1/4 by 10 3/4. So when I'm cutting, what I do is I cut 1/8 inch off that. So let me grab my trimmer, and I'm going to cut these both the same size. You might decide that you like a wider border. It's all very much about personal taste. So I'm just going to cut that down to 1/8 of an inch under 10 3/4, which is what, 10 5/8. Yeah? Yep. 10 5/8 of an inch by 7 1/8 of an inch. Now, before I go any further, I'm just going to make sure that that is the right size and it does fit. Which miraculously it does. So I'm going to cut my other one to match.
Are your photos 6x4?
They're printed onto, I used my selfie, actually, I'll show you. I used my selfie and I printed them 6x4, but, oh, where's it gone? Unfortunately, 6x4 was just that little bit too big. So this is, my selfie paper is perforated down those two sides. And sometimes I find with it that it cuts bits of the picture off. So it had cut the nose off this poor little reindeer here, which I didn't want. And I don't want those perforations on my photo. So what I did was I put the border thing on. And I am actually going to cut this in a minute so that I have still got a white border around it. I haven't 100% decided whether I'm going to take it off completely because there isn't really much white in this paper and it might just be too stark. Alternatively, it might be that it gives it a really nice sort of, you know, border to draw your eye in. I haven't decided. I'll see. But in theory, yes, it's set. The one, my original was set to 6x4. So I'm going to cut this one for the back at 10 5/8 of an inch by 7 1/8 of an inch. Now what I also did with mine as well was I did ink my edges. Now I'm just going to take the ends off this. So this one is actually going to be slightly under the 6x4 because I've cut it down. But we'll have a look, see what I'm going to do with it. So I could just put it on there, make that as a 6x4 and then cut it down, but I think what I'll do is I'll actually make my photo mats to fit the photo, if that makes sense. So I think I'll just put that on a black mat. So it's going to be slightly small. I don't know. I kind of like it with the green there as well. What do you reckon? Make a decision for me, please. No. Well, anybody. Right, so I'm just going to grab my ink. And I'm just going to ink the pages, the edges of my papers. And the only reason I do this is so that the white core of the paper doesn't show.
What size was that you cut?
The big ones, they are 10 5/8 of an inch by 7 1/8 of an inch. Okay. Oh, hi, Adam. No, why? I think you might be right, Miranda. I can't make my mind up. Okay, right. So here's my base page. Now, as you know, we've got flaps on one side, and I've said this a million times already, and I'm sorry to bore you all again. But for me, the bit with the flaps is always the back.
Ellie's popped in.
Oh, hi, Ellie. I thought you'd got a PTA meeting tonight. Oh, guess what? Oh, that's because this is a brand new one. That's why it doesn't work. Ah, dear, oh dear.
What you doing, dear?
I don't know.
I don't.
Oh, I spilled most of mine. Right, so let's get that on there.
Or is that when you said bother?
Yes, that was when I said bother.
Bother.
Okay, so that's my back bit done. And like I said, there's absolutely nothing stopping you. Hi, B. There's absolutely nothing stopping you doing both sides at all. If you want to put, you know, your pictures and your designs on both sides, then go ahead by all means. Okay. Right. So just looking here, the other things that I've used, I've literally just cut blocks of paper and then matted them onto the black cardstock. So if I go and have a look, I know that that red plaid and this sort of tree paper, that's in my main collection pack. So I'm just going to grab that and have a look for those pieces. So let's see. Right. Okay. That's these two pieces. So the plaid is called, well, they're both, yeah, Trim the Tree, the piece is called. And it's actually the backwards and forwards of the same one. So I'm going to tell you exactly what size I cut mine. But for goodness sake, don't feel that you have to do the same at all. So the front side of the Trim the Tree, this side here, I cut my patterned paper at 6 inches by 8 inches. So I'm just going to do that now, otherwise I will forget.
6 by 8.
So 6 by 8. And it's 6 inches across, so just bear that in mind. And 8 down. Okay, and then this second bit, which was the plaid, I cut at, hold on, I'll have to measure this upside down because I've covered it up, 2 inches by 4 inches, so it's quite small.
Catherine's going
Oh, bye, Catherine.
to make breakfast.
Oh, we just had our dinner.
Tea?
Yes, tea. I was being posh.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to ink those edges. And I'm not going to stick anything. I'm going to put these onto the paper that I'm going to mat them with, but I'm not going to stick anything down. That'll be the last thing that I do. Okay, so I've got those two pieces. Now, what else do I need? Looking at this, what I've got here is I've got my long tall Santa, which is that one. I've got his little one that I cut out for the front, which, well, I've got that. I've got where is he? I'm sure I must have cut him out. He's only a little Santa, isn't he? He's only a little Santa. Which means I may never find him again. Oh, there he is. So I've got him. And here I've got Jingle All the Way, which was out of the ephemera pack. And I'm pretty certain that this is part of a sticker, but I'll just double check. So let me find my Jingle All the Way. That's there. And that, let's have a look, I think was a sticker. Yeah, there we go, that sticker there. Okay.
Nicole says, please say the go every video was mounted in black, thanks. Some pieces. hard to see.
Yeah, I'm going to mount them all as I go, Nicole, so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So this piece, I'm just going to go over the edges and just ink all of my edges before I start sticking down onto the black.
Hello, Rizwana.
Oh, that's a good idea, Sue. Hi, Rizwana. Right, we're going to shape this Santa when we come to put him on. I'm just going to give this a cursory sort of a... yeah, a thingy. Right, okay. So, let's just take him out of the way, take those photos out of the way. These are all the bits that I'm matting, taking that out of the way. And I'll just take that out of the way as well. Right, so I'm going to start off with this sticker. So I'm just going to peel it off. And I'm just going to add it onto a piece of black card. Now, I did a really narrow border. It was probably about 1/16 of an inch. It was very narrow. It's definitely less than about 1/8. So I'm just going to stick that on like that, but you can see there it is. I'll tell you exactly how wide it is. Yeah, it's about 1/16 of an inch. So now I'm going to do the same with my pattern papers. I'm going to layer that up in the same way, so it's quite narrow again, about 1/16 of an inch. Going to get that one up there. Right, now this Santa, that one that we fussy cut, we are not going to be putting him onto black card, so I'm putting him out of the way. And also that Jingle All the Way, I'm not going to be mounting that onto the card either, so I'm putting those out of the way. Why didn't I mount those onto black card? Very simply because they would have been a pain in the butt to try and cut out. That's the only reason. So that Santa, let's just add him in there. And this one's going to have to go on another piece. But I've probably got a spare piece of black card somewhere. Are you singing, dear?
No.
Oh. I shall just use this one.
I'll fry my fruit.
Oh, I've put a bit too much glue on that, never mind. Right, okay, so I eyeball this. I know, terrible, isn't it? Actually, we should have cut the photo mat, but never mind. Yeah, when I'm cutting out, I eyeball the cut, which I'm sure probably fills a lot of you with utter horror. But I guess you could just cut it at 8 1/8 of an inch by 6 1/8 of an inch. And stick it on afterwards.
Ellie's going to say bye.
Oh, bye Ellie, enjoy your meeting. Now this one, we've got a little dot at the top here, which I cut round. So I'm only going to cut round him on 3 sides, because I'm going to hand cut the rest. Now this one, I'm pretty certain I cut this in half. So I'm just going to cut that one right across there. So that the Season's Greetings is separate, because I'm pretty certain I used it elsewhere. Okay. piece that's ready. I've got that piece that's ready. I'm going to grab my scissors now and I'm just going to cut off those rounded corners there. And on this one, I'm just going to use my scissors just to cut my border and around that knobbly bit. And then straight down there. I'll put that to one side. Now this one I've also got to cut out, so the same way that we fussy cut everything. And I'm just going to cut round and leave a little border. And I am not going to be precious about how perfect this is. At all.
At all. Pieces with the stamp edges, do you cut up to the light beige colour, hard to see?
I cut, well, this bit I've just cut just slightly, 32th of an inch.
32nd.
Yeah, 32nd of an inch away from the, you know, I mean, go up to the beige bit here by all means, where the stamp bit actually is. Whatever feels right to you.
There's no right or wrong.
No, there's no right or wrong. It's your book. You can do whatever you like, and whatever you like is absolutely 100% right. Right, excuse me, just need to have a swig. I'm so thirsty this evening. I've been so busy today, I never got round to having a drink. You need to stay home, dear, and look after me.
I do, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
I would certainly do that.
I know.
If I could.
Oh. Oh, anybody who asked me for the Ciao Bella, it came in yesterday, but I still haven't unpacked it. I'm so sorry. I will get round to doing that. Okay, so those are the bits all done. Now, what I need to do is think about what I'm going to do about this picture. I don't know. I think the white's got to come off, hasn't it? Or at least it's got to be cut down. I think I might cut it down, mat it onto black, and then mat it onto green, and then mat it onto black.
Well, yes, I'd do that.
I'm sure you would, dear. Just have a little tiny edge on it. Yeah, that's better. Right, so I'm going to mat that onto the black. Now, I know this makes no sense whatsoever, but if I'm putting a photograph on, if I'm matting it, I use double-sided tape. Don't ask me why. I'm just weird like that.
Yep.
Right. Okay, let's map that onto the green, if I can find any. Are you guys all right with me going slowly like this through each bit? Because I can imagine it's probably quite boring.
You might want to read the comments, don't you?
Oh, I don't know, I've got my glasses on. I've got, Jill, I've got some Sticks 2 layering tools. I haven't used them yet, but they would just look too good to be true. So I need to have a look, because I just thought what a difference they would make as well. I think they sound vaguely similar. Oh, okay, all right. Well, if you like, what we can do, it's not going to be quick, but we can do this with every page, if you're happy. This is going to be the one I'm going to mess up. Yeah, it's too thick. I'll come back to that in a minute. Now, do I put that onto black? Yes, probably. Somebody's shouting outside. What's going on out there?
I don't know. Someone's after Fenton, I think.
Christmas spirit.
Fenton.
I love Fenton.
Fenton.
Oh, I put too much glue on that. Right, last one. Right, okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look and I'm going to layer up all my pieces. Now, because this is a slightly different size photo to the one where that's true 6x4, I'm just going to make sure that it still looks how I want it to. So let me just layer these down first. Now, the nice thing about this paper, in my opinion, is that it's got lines on, so you know that you're getting things the right size or in the right place. So I think that works all right. What do you reckon? Are we good? Okay, right, so I'm going to stick those down now because I'm happy with that design. And then once I've stuck these down, I can come back to these two bits and I can show you how I made it pop. Now, this also, I added this onto a bit of chipboard that I'd got left over from the middles of the bits that we did before. So I'm just going to pop those three bits to one side for now, and I'm going to stick these on. So let's put that on. Make sure it's centered more or less, slightly more down towards the bottom of the page. I'm just going to put some glue on both of those so I can make sure that they're in the right place. Okay. Right, where's my photo? Where's my chipboard? Need thicker scissors for this bit, really. I shouldn't use my other ones. Doesn't matter if I blunt them then. Now, I don't tend to put a piece of chipboard that's exactly the same size as the photograph underneath it, because that means that then I can tuck things underneath. My super thick chipboard isn't easy to cut. Oop. Right. So let's pop that, say, there. Let's pop that underneath there like that. So I'm going to have to lift this up so I can see it, sorry. Glue that down. Okay, so my Santa, oh, I've just put him in my orange juice. Oh no. That I put on top, I'm going to just fold him a little bit. He's a bit soggy, mine, so it might not stay.
Don't copy that bit.
Yeah, don't copy the orange juice bit. And I'm just going to cut a little strip of this chipboard. So not very long, just a little bit of a strip. And I'm going to pop that right in the middle of that Santa there. I'm just going to shape him around a bit. Pop some glue on there. And I'm going to fix him directly on top of where he is in that picture so that he's got a bit more of a 3D feel to him. And because I didn't put the chipboard all the way across, I can easily just slot his arm over the top. Right, a little bit of chipboard on the back of my Jingle All the Way. Now, looking at this, my original, somewhere I found a Santa's sack of toys and I've put those behind this Santa, so I'm going to go off and find them. I wonder where I got those from. Ah, is that it? Oh no, it's the wrong way round. Where did I get that from? These are all the other way round. I think I've just dreamt them. It's that one. So you see on this cut apart sheet here, there's this bit that says toys. I'm just going to cut around that sack. And the bird. Better not cut Napoleon's arm off. Tempting though it is.
Napoleon.
Well, he's got a hat on like Napoleon.
Oh,
So I'm assuming it's Napoleon. Although, well, I don't know. I suppose some child might like a Napoleon doll and wouldn't like to pass judgment on that. Okay, so I've got that sack. I'm just going to quickly just do the edges a little bit. And I'm going to just fold it again, give it a little bit of a shape. Cut a little bit of my grey board. Pop it on the back there in the curve. Oh, a lot of blue there. And let's just pop that behind there like that. Somebody's really giving it some welly outside, aren't they? It's always so quiet around here.
Yes.
Okay, so there's my first page. Let's put a spot of glue on that. You can put, you know, some holly around if you want to. Wish I hadn't got that wet. He's kind of leaning to one side a bit, so I'm just going to prop him up with a little bit of chipboard. But you can mess with these until you're happy. That's better. Okay, so that's my first page now. So I've got my background done and I've got all my bits up on 3D and I've put my photo on. So when I come to put this in my book, it's going to look, oh, just switch my lights off. It's going to look like that. Actually, I'm rather pleased with that. My sister's going to be over the moon with this.
Nicholas has asked, which paper did sack come from?
If you go on to this page, which is called Jingle All the Way, there's this bit here that says toys, and I must have taken it off there. There are a lot of sacks throughout here, but they're all pointing the wrong direction. So there you go. It's just off there. Now my sister's messaging me. Just typical. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to put anything on the back of mine. I'm going to leave them blank. And then maybe if my sister wants to put something on later, she can do. So that's my first page done. So that's it without the photo. And that's it with the photo. So I'm going to put that to one side. I'm going to put this back in at the back because we've made it. Oh, things falling over. And I'm going to pop that one back in. Right, okay, so next we'll do this one. They're in no particular order. So if we try and do 2 tonight, maybe 2 or 3 the week after, we can always maybe fit another class in if we have to. so that you can get it finished. Yeah, we will have to, won't we, to get it finished. Oh, this is, I give up. I'll deal with that later. Okay. Right, so this is the one that I'm going to do next. So I need a landscape photo. So I will go with that one. Yeah. Okay. Right, so what have I used on this one? I've used the gold. Who was it did their cover in gold? Was it Janet? Oh, so beautiful. Absolutely loved that. Thought it was gorgeous. Okay. And that one. So I know that I know what sizes these bases are, so I'm going to do that one on the back and that one on the front. So once again, I'm cutting these at, I'm dropping stuff everywhere. Just going to take that top bit off because it makes it just a little bit too long to sit easily on the trimmer. So I'm cutting this at 7 1/8 of an inch by 10 5/8 of an inch. I still haven't sorted out this trimmer. So 7 1/8 of an inch, because these are our bases, by 10 5/8 of an inch. No, is that, yeah, 10 5/8 of an inch. Then what else have I got on here? Right, I've got this tiny cog paper, which I have a feeling actually might be out of the main. Yeah, I think that's the back of one of the main pieces.
10 1/8 by 7. What was it? So I'm
it was 7 1/8 by
10 1/8.
No, 10 5/8. I wonder if I use it. I bet you it's on the back of this black one because I accidentally did it upside down. I bet you it is. Oh no, back of that one. Oh, paper's going everywhere. Right, so I'm going to cut that one at 6 1/4 by 9 1/4. So 6 1/4 width. By 9 1/4 height. And then I've got some more of this checkered paper, which I'm going to cut, for some reason best known to myself. I have no idea why I've done this, but I cut it at 4 7/8. Don't ask me what I was thinking. 4 7/8 by 8 5/8. Why on earth would I have done that? Although I haven't. Oh, I know why. I know exactly why. because I've just cut this off my backing paper, and that's why, because it's exactly that width. That's why. So 8 5/8 height. So 8 5/8 by 4 7/8. Idiot that I am.
Yeah.
Now, you can see here that what I've used is the top of that bit that we've just cut, the top of that sticker, this one that I cut off, and these two bits are also stickers. So they are on the sheet I haven't got in front of me. Oh, I don't know where my other stickers are. I have no idea. Lost my stickers. Are they stickers? Maybe they're not stickers. Maybe they're bits of... ephemera. Also, I want some of these. Right, there's a little one of those, big one of those, little one of those. Big one of those. Can't find them. Can somebody tell me if they're on the sticker sheet? These ones, whether they're stickers or ephemera. Ah, oh no. They must be on the sticker sheet that I've lost.
Stickers.
I don't know where my sticker sheet is. Might have to do it without mine and then just do it when I find them. I have no idea. Oh well. I've lost my sticker sheet, the other one. That's just weird. Anyway, I'll do it without. I'll add them on later. Right, so I've cut those out. So what I'm going to do now is stick on to the black card. So first of all, just going to ink my edges. I'm also going to ink the edges of my baubles. My baubles, yes. What I should have done was cut out my my photo and matted it. How did I mat the last one? Narrow. Right, let's just do this. Okay, let's mat that onto some plain gold, if I can find it. That'll do. Did I put it onto the black first? Black first. Pop that onto the gold. She says I've lost my glue. Where's my glue? Oh. Right, and now I'm going to mat everything onto the black. So, right, I am going to mat these two pieces onto the black card, if I can find it, because I've also put that somewhere safe and I can't find anything. Ooh. So same again, about 1/16 of an inch or so. Right, now with regard to the baubles, you can see that we've got 2 big ones and 3 little ones, she says. We did have 3 little ones. I've lost one. Where's that gone? I'll just grab another one. Another small round one. Just wondering if I've got a bow. Stray bow. Yes, I have. Right, these little ones, those two, no, those two, I'm not going to mat onto anything. But these three, I am. The two big ones, and that one smaller one is gonna stick that on. And then lastly, I've got my photo to stick on. Right, getting there. Okay, so that one's done. You've obviously got those two stickers to do as well. I'll do mine when I find the darn things. Okay, which leaves me with these baubles that I need to just fussy cut. And the top of that sticker. I shall do that first. I could have done that on the trimmer, never mind. Right. So a very slight border around these baubles, really tiny, as tiny as you can manage. Right, let's finish this orange juice off. You're not funny.
I know.
And there's some bits of holly on this one as well, so I'll have to go off searching for holly. I probably haven't fussy cut enough, to be honest. But that's why I said try and leave the sheet free, because you might well decide that you need more than you've got. Because if things don't always line up the way that you like, my answer will be stick a bit of holly on it. And everything will all come together. Okay, last one. Now, you know, I said that our next book was going to be the recipe book. I've got something I can show you, which I think is pretty darn cool. I have made the first book because it's actually 4 books in the I don't know what to call it, it's not series, in the collection is made up of 4 recipe books. Well, 5 actually, but that's by the by. And I made the first one. Now, do you remember if I showed you our paper was this one from Scrapmere, which is rather lovely and full of reds and blacks and all sorts of nice bits and pieces. There's some black on the back of one. There's some black words somewhere I seem to have lost. Anyway, what I thought would be a good idea would be if the book was made up of recipe cards, so that you can take the card out rather than worry about your whole book getting wrecked and covered in cake batter, which is what I usually do. So I have a wonderful lady who designs things for me for the Scrap Lab bits and pieces. And I asked her if she could design us some recipe cards, so you're not going to be able to get these anywhere else. And these go beautifully with these papers, and this is what she's done. And we've had 10,000 of these printed up, these postcards. You won't be able to get them anywhere else. They're exclusive to us and to this kit, and you'll be getting 200 of these recipe cards in your kit.
There's a lot.
And the postcard, it's got little designs on that she's done for us. Dish, notes, prep time, cooking time, ingredients. And then on the back, oven temperature and how you go about doing that. So when you're using your recipes, you don't have to take your whole book into the kitchen. You can just take the recipe card. And I'm trying to source at the moment a little plastic slip that will fit this, so when you take it into the kitchen with you when you're doing your recipes, yeah, they're all the same, Nicole, when you take your recipes into the kitchen, so that when you're not going to get batter or whatever all over your recipe cards, you're gonna I'm looking for like a plastic slip that you can just put this in and then take it back to your book and keep it safe. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. So it's coming. I've just got a few things that I need to do in the meantime, but I just thought I wanted to show you that, just to whet your appetite. Whet it. So, please don't tell me I've cut up the backs to my page. Where are the backs to my page? Neither do I. Oh, here they are. I need to...
You could laminate them.
You could laminate them, but whether you're going to want to laminate 200 is another matter, because there's a lot. You're getting 200 in each kit. I've put a link to the papers to a video by Scrapmere on the page somewhere, Nicole. I'll tag you into it. But it's a very, very, very substantial kit because these recipe books are all going into a box on feet so that everything is kept tidy and nice and together. Right, so grab one of your pages. I'm going to put this one on the back of mine. Oh, cut that too long. Or maybe that one's just short. I wonder if it was the right one. That's just me.
Yeah.
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 No, it's not actually. It's ever so slightly too long. This is because I didn't check it, did I? I said earlier, I said check all these before you put them on, and I didn't.
No,
I know. Don't even follow my own advice. That's better. Not that I'm a perfectionist or anything.
No, you're just perfect.
Yep, that's also a bit too long, so let's cut that down. Let's pop that on the front. Okay. Right, so let's have a look at how this builds up. That's going to go down there like that. So I can see that what I've done is I've lined this up with those bottom squares there and there when I put it on. So I might as well just stick that straight on because I can see that it lines up. So that's going to go on there. And as you can see, I've lined that up with those squares down there. And now I'm going to add this one, but I'm adding it down there like that. Okay? Right. So, I've got my photo. That's going to go over there to the side. Because this is slightly shorter, because the photo's shorter, I can use bits of extra holly or something there. I've got that to go in there. I've got those bits when I find them to go there. And then what I'm going to do is at this point, I'm just going to stick these on flat to the bottom. These are the ones that I matted. Okay, so I'm going to want those on there like that, but I'm keeping them within that area. So let's just pop a little bit of glue on. Now if I use my glue, it's going to give me a little bit of time to move things about.
Sugar and spice that paper.
Yeah, there's a video.
Yeah,
Have you found it? Oh, good. Okay. So I'm just gonna cut some more of my grey board. I'm going to use a bit that's a little bit thinner because that just won't cut. Pop that there. Now I can put bits of holly around here. I don't think I've got a lot cut out at the moment. I think I used it all on the front, so I need to cut some more out. Yeah, I do. But these bits here, these smaller ones, I'm just going to shape them again. I'm going to stick a little bit of grey board on the back. In the curve. And I'm just going to add these there just to give it a little bit of sort of 3D-ness. And I've got my extra bow, which I can add in there. And obviously you've got those bits to go up there. And I want to add some more hollies. So let's see what I've got. Okay, and I can just fussy cut out now and just add bits of holly in just to give it a little bit of interest down there. Okay, and I think that's as far as I'm going to go tonight. I'm just going to do a bit more fussy cutting because it's me and that's what I do. Feel free to post your makes so far on the page. I always like to see them. Work in progress shots are always a good thing. I like them.
We do.
And then what we'll do What what I might do is, because I've got 5 pages to do, I might do one of these as a pre-record. So the next page I'll do is a pre-record, and I'll just pop it up in the group. So that next Wednesday, which is the 16th,
yes,
we can come back and we can finish off. We'll do the last 2 pages together. And we will do the cover. We'll put the I'll show you how to, a quick and easy way to make the holes, and then we're done, and it will be all ready to go. Pride of place for you, ready at Christmas
on your mantelpiece.
On your mantelpiece. So if you're making the Fa La La folio, I'll see you on Friday. I'll do a pre-record of the next page and I'll put that up, and then we'll get together next Wednesday and do the final 2 pages and the whole bit. So it might be a slightly longer class next Wednesday, so be prepared. But I'd really love it if we could get this done so that you can have them out in your homes all ready for Christmas. Okay? Right, okay, thank you very much for joining us this evening. I'm off to drink some more orange juice. Obviously, yeah, lick it off the... well, I wish you could see, actually. I've spilt it everywhere. Yes, I'm obviously a little bit dehydrated. Sorry, sidetracked, fussy cutting. What can I tell you? Nicole will tag you into that.
I'll give her the link.
Oh, you give me the link. Oh, you're a star.
Oh, yeah.
What would I do without you? I just wouldn't function, would I?
No, you're such a helpless woman.
Well, yes, dear.
Joke, dear.
I know. I know. But I couldn't manage without you, darling.
Me without you.
So I am off to... Sorry, I'm sidetracked. So, yeah, sorry, still cutting it out.
It was those sausages.
The stickers go up the top here, Jill. Up there. What I did was I put them onto the black card, cut them out, and I've hired them slightly on a little bit of chipboard, just for a bit of added sort of interest. Now, what I will do as soon as we're finished, before I do anything else, is I'm going to put the pictures in an album, if I haven't already, but I'll put the page pictures in the album. So now you've seen how I do it. Pardon me, if you do want to go off and finish it off, then, you know, by all means do. So I'll see you on Friday if you're doing Fa La La folio. Otherwise, I'll see you next Wednesday, but I'll put this thing in the group as soon as I can. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Oh.